Hello, this is Garrett Keane continuing the exercise to generate the mesh. The next job we have to do is we can just turn off the density map here, make it invisible. And then what we need to do is rename this new mesh by coming here to properties. And we come over here to the right hand side, we call it metadata. And we click in on the name here. And we have to put, you can put the cap locks on because you need to call it bottom, B-O-T-T-O-M in capitals. And the reason is that that is the form of the mesh file that Telemac understands. If it's not called bottom, the Telemac program won't work properly. You then say OK, and that's it done there. Okay, the next stage then is we need to actually assign depths to the mesh. At the moment these are just nodes, but they have no depths associated with them. So what we need to do is come in here, we have the Bathy file open here, and we have it up here. What we need to do is we come to here, we go File, New, and we use this 2D interpolator object down here. What we then do is we pass in the constraint outline, which is the expandery file, and we also have to pass in the bathymetry file. And once those two things are in there, that's fine. Then what we need to do is come to the mesh, which we rename bottom. We come to Tool, Map Object, and we pick this new interpolator 2D object and we say OK. We're going to have attributes here, and of course their depths. So I write it in lowercase, their depths, and they're going to have the units of meters. And I say OK there, and it's worked away. I say OK. And you can see now that the mesh now has depths. Each node has a depth associated to it. So what the 2D interpolator object does, it basically takes all our bathymetric data, and it assigns the value to the nearest node, basically. It interpolates it. If we then come here to here, come to properties, put the color scale on, I can put the legend on like so, and I say OK. And you can see if I click on it and then go into the middle of it and pull it down, you can see we have the legend here giving us the depths. As you expect, it's deep out here, 50 meters, and then as we come in it gets shallower, especially near the edges. So that's that one. What we then do is we need to create what's known as a Selafin file. So we come up here to File, New Selafin Object, and all we do is we take this mesh here called bottom, and we pass it into New Selafin like so. This is the file that Telemac is going to use, this Selafin file. So I can come in here, I come right click that for properties, and I'll just rename it as Shannon. I'll call it Shannon A, and the title I'll call Shannon Estuary. And I say OK. When I save this file, I go File, Save, and it's going to save it as Shannon A, and it's going to be a Selafin file with the extension SLF, and I save it like so. I can also save the workspace. If I come up here, we have a workspace here, so I can come Save Workspace, and I'll call that workspace Shannon A. So it means we open up all these files again. We had 3 unsaved objects, we're going to have to save each of them. So we'll call each one Shannon A. But what this means is if we come to run this model again, come to generate all these meshes again, we can just call up this workspace and it'll call up the files automatically. And the last one I'll call Shannon A as well. Okay, I think that's everything. Yeah, I'll continue on the next video. Okay, thank you.